जब आई मौला की याद रे, जब आई मौला की याद रे, तड़प के ये दिल ने की फरियाद के मौला दीजिए दीदार। जब आई मौला की याद रे, इमामत के हुए हैं साल 50, दिलों में लगी मिलन की आस। इमामत के हुए हैं साल 50, दिलों में लगी मिलन की आस। ये मौला दीजिए दीदार। जब आई मौला की याद रे, जब आई मौला की याद रे, तड़प के ये दिल ने की फरियाद के मौला दीजिए दीदार। जब आई मौला की याद रे, जब चली गोल्डन जुबेली की बात, दुआ के लिए उठ गए।
The Ismaili community has been in this region for over a century and has had great affinity with Dubai and the UAE, where they first arrived as merchants doing business along the busy creek of Dubai. What attracted these individuals was not only the economic opportunities, but also the affection and the friendship of its rulers and peoples. Your Highness, we thank the leaders and the citizens of the UAE for their generosity and hospitality. It was far-sighted and inclusive policies and enlightened leadership of the rulers of the UAE, as well as the warmth of the citizens of this great nation that led to His Highness the Aga Khan's selection of Dubai as a location for the first Ismaili Centre in the Middle East. Today, we are delighted that Your Highnesses and Your Excellencies are present for this historic occasion alongside many members of Ismaili community from all over the world, whom I warmly welcome. It is indeed a matter of great happiness for all the Ismailis worldwide that the Ismaili Centre Dubai is being opened during the Golden Jubilee year of their beloved Imam. It is my humble view that this magnificent building, with its variety of spaces and functions, will play a pivotal role in the Ismaili Imamate's endeavors in UAE and the region.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Highness, Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed al-Maktoum, Your Highness, Sheikh Nahyan bin Mubarak al-Nahyan, Honorable Ministers, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. I am deeply pleased that all of you have been able to join us for the inauguration of this elegant new Ismaili Centre. Your presence is itself a symbol of the wonderful diversity that characterizes Dubai. Your interest and support gives added meaning to our celebration as we honor today a great architectural accomplishment, the exciting institutional activities for which it will provide a home, and the remarkable people who have made all this possible. Those extraordinary people include, of course, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who has so generously given the land for this center. Let me express once again, on behalf of the Ismaili community, our profound appreciation to His Highness and his family. I am particularly pleased that you, Your Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed Al Maktoum, have again honored us with your presence today. You were so gracious as to witness the ceremony at which the foundation stone of this center was laid a little over 4 years ago. And let me acknowledge with deepest gratitude the many other donors to this project in Dubai and in so many other places, as well as those who designed and constructed and decorated this building and its adjacent park. Your dedication and generosity have been at the very heart of the long planning and building process which culminates so happily at this moment. We gather today at a special place and at a special time. We welcome our new Ismaili Centre in a setting which has itself become a great centre, a hub of cosmopolitan activity, a truly global crossroads. We hear a great deal these days about the words convergence and connectivity. In my judgment, Dubai is a place where those words truly come to life. Dubai has become the very embodiment of the global village, placing itself at the forefront of an enormous surge towards global convergence. The Dubai ethic is one that honors a generous exchange of knowledge and ideas, that welcomes the opportunity to learn from others, that celebrates not only our historic identities, but also our open horizons. This ethic of exploration and interconnectedness is one that is deeply shared by the Ismaili community. It is an ethic, in fact, that is firmly rooted in our faith, a value system which grows from deeply spiritual roots. It understands that human diversity is itself a gift of Allah, that pluralism is not a threat, but a blessing. It sees the desire to explore and connect as a way to learn and grow, not to dilute our identities, but to enrich our self-knowledge. This ethic emanates ultimately from a relationship to the divine, which inspires a deep sense of personal humility, and a relationship to humankind, which is infused with a spirit of generous service and mutual respect. This new center is itself a profoundly spiritual place. Its defining symbolism is inspired by the Fatimid tradition stretching back over 1,000 years and widely shared with sister traditions throughout the Islamic world, from Baghdad to Bukhara. As its architects have so effectively realized, this building exists fundamentally as a place for peaceful contemplation, but one that is set in a social context. It is not a place to hide from the world, but rather a place which inspires us to engage our worldly work as a direct extension of our faith. Sheikh Muhammad has provided a powerful example of how the ethics of our Islamic faith can be taken into the world through his affirmation of a pillar of Islamic values, the spirit of generosity towards others. As he wrote recently, and I quote him, "I always ask, how can I help? What can I do for people? How can I improve people's lives? That's part of my value system. The Dubai narrative is all about changing people's lives for the better." In that spirit, His Highness, in describing Dubai, has replaced the word capitalist with the word catalyst, in that it inspires those who live and work here to greater levels of personal accomplishment. His philosophy, to paraphrase Kennedy, calls us to ask not what one can achieve for oneself, but what one can help others to achieve. And this too is an expression which grows out of a deeply rooted Islamic principle. In our development network, we have used a slightly different vocabulary to describe a very similar commitment. We like to talk about building what we call an enabling environment, one that can provide what we have called the spark, which can ignite a spirit of individual determination. Our development network pursues that objective in many places and in many ways. One apt example is the early childhood education program here at the Ismaili Centre, a long-term investment in molding human character at the most formative time of its life. Of course, we must be realistic about the challenges we face. This is a region, after all, which Sheikh Mohammed has described as a tough neighborhood, the locus in recent years of tragic clashes and cleavages, including many divisions within Islam itself. And yet at the same time, this is a region of powerful potential and promise. That promise will be increasingly fulfilled as the Islamic world learns to embrace even more effectively the spirit of fundamental cohesion expressed so well in the Amman Declaration of 2005, along with its affirmation that the variety of expressions within Islam is not a curse, but a mercy. That spirit of comity, in turn, can become a great Islamic contribution to the future of this region and to the future of our world. Just as Dubai is indeed a very special place, this is also a very special time. For me, this is particularly true because this new beginning coincides with my 50th year as Imam of the Shia Ismaili Muslims, a Golden Jubilee moment which connects the past to the future for me, and in a very special way. And that is what this celebration today is all about. At a time of demanding challenge, we look for strength and inspiration from our spiritual and cultural roots. My thanks again to all of you for sharing this special moment. Thank you.
We do it together.
Mawlana Hazir Imam, each one of us here feels privileged that either in the past or currently, Khudawand has entrusted to us the responsibility for the administration and governance of the Jamaat, thus allowing the opportunity for our participation, even if in a small measure, in the Imam's vision and efforts for the progress of the Jamaat. This morning, we were fortunate to witness the opening of Ismaili Centre Dubai by Khudawand. Not only is this a day of rejoicing and pride for us, as we begin a new era in the history of the presence of the Jamaat in the region, we, the leadership, feel a great sense of responsibility to uphold and further Hazir Imam's vision and aspirations for the Imamat and the Jamaat in the region. We, the past and present leadership of the Jamaat, are humbly thankful to Khudawand for this gift that will provide the Jamaat a strong identity now and in the future. Many Murids have contributed to the work leading to this historic visit of Mawlana Hazir Imam. The totality of their love, dedication, diligence, creativity, and generosity of material and time and knowledge resources gives me tremendous confidence and optimism as we look to the future. Khudawand, we pray for the strength to always give of our best in meeting the requirement of our diverse responsibilities. When we fall short, we pray that the Imam's blessings and the benevolence will guide us to improve our performance.
President, Murids who are here this evening to celebrate this wonderful occasion, I want to just express to you on behalf of my daughter and my son our very, very deep gratitude for the way in which you have received us here in Dubai and the happiness that you have given us in presenting a very, very, very fine Ismaili Centre. I also want to take this occasion to express my gratitude to the very generous donors from within the Gulf area and around the world for the support that they have given to enabling small but important Jamaats to build Ismaili centers. And it is my belief that building these centers in the places which have been chosen is in a way confirming countries and places of opportunity. That has been one of the objectives I have had since 1957, to try to ensure that around the world, as many countries, as many places as possible, became countries and places of opportunity, of hope, of confidence for the Jamaat around the world. And I will continue to do that. And these centers represent exactly that, places of opportunity, places of hope, places of credibility. I also would like to say tonight how grateful I am for the Murids who have offered time and knowledge, because the offer of time and knowledge brings to our institutions around the world what we could never get in any other way than the generosity of men and women of talent who are saying we wish to serve the institutions to strengthen them, and by strengthening the institutions to strengthen the capacity of the Jamaat to improve its quality of life around the world. It has been a very, very happy visit to Abu Dhabi and to Dubai. And I congratulate you for the Ismaili Centre here, and I hope that it will bring you happiness and joy and peace and unity, and that it will build unity with other people in the Gulf in the years ahead.